Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess.
Hi.
Historic episode 102 or 103. Oh my God. Nobody knows.
Who knows?
I'm nauseous and I'm allergic to something in Jess's house. And Jess is being very defensive about it.
Oh my God.
Before the podcast started, you should hear her.
Oh, because you're being because you came in complaining about being sick and then you're like, oh, actually I'm allergic to something in your house.
Complaining.
As if, like, what do you want me to do?
I wasn't complaining.
What do you want me to do?
I wasn't complaining. I just said I feel like I might be coming down with something because my tummy hurts. And I feel like a little bit nauseous.
And then you were like,
I just coughed. And
I was like, oh my God, you are definitely getting sick.
And if you pay attention and embrace my reality, then you would know that I'm actually feeling a little bit better now than when I came in after I drank some water.
You had 2 sips of water.
Well, no, I drank like half a cup and then I filled it back up to the top. Oh, now who's sick?
Because you gave it to me.
Cough. You got probably SARS, probably.
It's in my house.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm back.
Hello.
I'm back.
Welcome.
We got news.
Go for it.
You ready?
Yeah. I'm like a real news anchor. I'm taking notes and
looking at me.
Yeah, and writing at the same time.
Like a psycho. Okay. January 19th, 2025. This is from TMJ4 Milwaukee. According to the Fond du Lac. What?
Did you say that word right?
What?
Did you say 2? Hold on, sorry. Am I out of it? Or did you just say 2 words in one?
What?
I don't know.
According to.
Okay, I'm out of it.
What the fuck, Jess? Jesus, get your shit together. God, When we made it to 103 episodes before Jess lost her shit.
And even
God, I feel great now because I'm sitting next to you, and at least I have my faculties.
Oh my gosh! And even if you did you missed.
Yeah, why didn't you just stop me? I'm trying to start the fucking podcast.
Okay, can I have a tissue? Because now my nose is running. I think I'm allergic to something in here.
Yeah, probably. According to the Fond du Lac Police Department, a 19-year-old man was arrested after a fire at the office of U.S. Representative Glenn Grotham. Okay, this is Fond du Lac. Okay, I think it's in Minnesota. The fire happened around 1:02 a.m. Sunday, January 19th, at a strip mall on Peters Avenue, which holds the office space of U.S. Representative Grothman. I love a good arson story.
I know you do, especially when it's against like
government thing and stuff. Yeah,
who is that?
That is Davey Wester calling about this gig. Yeah,
really, Davey.
My friend Davey Wester. I should have told him I was going to be recording a podcast. He hates it when I do that to him.
Call and then don't answer. As soon as they call back.
Yeah, he'll probably call right back. Watch. Officers, you're going to love this. Officers located a 19-year-old Menasha male resident near the strip mall. Police say the teen admitted to starting a fire in response to the recent talks of a TikTok ban.
Oh, yeah. Stick it to the man.
Please tell me you filmed it and put it on TikTok.
Well, he couldn't because it was down for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours. I kept telling Brittany, I was like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then it happened. It
did happen.
And then it went right back up.
Well, not right back up. Everybody had just enough time to post to
go through dopamine withdrawal.
Their sad stories.
Yeah.
I'm bummed because I don't remember my TikTok login.
Oh, are you locked out?
I was like, oh, I can read because I did delete it and then I just re-downloaded it.
Oh, why'd you delete it?
Because I thought that it was a useless thing on my phone that I don't need to use anymore.
It was always coming back.
I didn't know. I don't pay attention. I just knew that it was going away, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't need this anymore.
People are so funny, man, because it was like Trump.
Because I deleted it from my phone.
Trump was like,
oh my gosh.
There he is.
Oh my gosh.
I told you. Trump was like, silent. This is a second. It is on silent.
It's not. It's on vibrate.
Vibrate is silent.
No, it's not. Put it on do not disturb.
This is a second. Hey, I'm podcasting right now. I will call you right back. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it was down and it was up. And
well, to finish my story, I went to log in and now I'm logged in from an account from like 3 years ago.
Is it like gym stuff?
It's like, well, there's like one video from Jai Thai.
Oh my God.
Like, and that's it on there.
Just you doing stand up at Jai Thai.
Yeah, just really bad.
Rats scurrying across your feet.
I
love the people rewriting the history of Jai
how
Thai.
wonderful Jai Thai was, and that it wasn't.
It was okay, and I think there were some great nights there. And I know like every comedy venue has like at least some kind of magic, you know, because like stand up comedy is a thing that we love. But
it was
it was gross.
It was tight quarters.
Tight quarters, yeah. Yeah. My favorite Jai Thai memory is how they would overbook shows. Like, you guys were better about it, but, like, oh, my God. I remember the first time I headlined at Jai Thai, I was so excited. And they're like, hey, you're going to do 30 minutes. And I was like, that's fine, you know.
And then also.
It was 2 hours comedians. Before I went up. It was like 7 people doing 15 minutes. And, like, people came there to see me, and they got babysitters and stuff. And they had to leave. They were like, oh, we got to leave, dude. We got to go get our babysitter. You know? It's crazy. You come after me and you don't turn off the heater. Jeez Louise.
All you had to do was handle it for 30 seconds. Like, it wasn't even 30 seconds. It was like 6 seconds that I was
still distracting watching you run across the room like a panicked.
Yeah, because I know that you're going to freak out. You're going to
about
say
to fall
something
down a well
annoying.
or something. Anyway, but yeah, this guy, you know what? I got to say, like, I am not a proponent of arson.
Yes,
but, you know, a lot of folks say, like, the youth, they're like, oh, they don't know how to apply themselves, you know?
And this guy really did something.
Yeah, it's like he took a digital problem and brought it into the real world.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you want to ban the app that I'm addicted to?
Well,
which I'm addicted to as well. Like,
are you addicted to TikTok?
Oh, yeah, totally. You know,
that's why you were like upset that I deleted it because you just couldn't imagine doing that?
No. I didn't delete it. I knew it was, I figured it was coming back. And I post on Instagram, post on Facebook, post on TikTok, and I'll scroll a little bit, but my Facebook feed is garbage now.
Yeah,
like, it is terrible. It's just ads and just like, and other comedians, you know, pushing their stuff. Instagram's like a little bit better. But yeah, TikTok rules. And I like how my algorithm, TikTok, I like how my TikTok algorithm changes with my taste. Like, for a long time, it was prison videos, and then it was like big wave surfing, which I was really into big wave surfing videos.
Yeah.
And I think the new thing is Hasidic Jews in New York.
Oh, fun.
Like, I've gotten really into like that. So, yeah.
Just living their lives or what?
Yeah, it's just like a guy walking down the street, and they got those cool hats and those little curls and stuff. Yeah, I love it. Cute. Anyway. Chief Aaron Goldstein said in a response, speaking of Jews, there's a Jew in a cop. Chief Aaron Goldstein said in response to the incident, we are relieved that no one was injured and the office was unoccupied at the time of the fire. Acts of violence in any form are not tolerated, and we remain committed to protecting the safety and well-being of our community.
Not cool, man.
I am thankful for the swift response of our officers in helping knock down the fire and also locating the suspect of this arson. So, police say arson charges have been referred to the Fond du Lac County District Attorney's Office.
Fond du Lac.
Yeah, the incident is under investigation by the City of Fond du Lac Police Department and the City of Fond du Lac Fire Rescue. And then they give you specific information if you know any more information.
But
if any podcast listeners,
but if you do,
no, trying to burn down Glenn Grothman's office.
That's hilarious.
I do got to say, it is telling though that like that this is what put this guy over the edge.
You just couldn't do it.
Like all the other stuff that this representative might have voted on, and he's like, TikTok. So
was it? Yeah. Did that like actual politician vote against the TikTok ban?
Dude, most of them did. It was like 75%. It was like Democrats and Republicans. It was like a vast majority of folks.
I just think it would be fun. It would be more funny if this particular one didn't.
Yeah.
He just found.
Yeah, you'd be like, "What the heck, man?
I was on your side.
I was pro TikTok.
I was making a video.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Arthur Bite from Bite Dance.
I see that's too deep.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
Yeah,
because the company's called Bite Dance. That's a trope I use a lot too. When I said that, like, I used to have that joke about shoplifting at Home Depot.
Yeah,
because I really put a crimp in the style of Arthur Depot.
Yeah.
See, there's nothing there. It's bad.
You want to try it a different way?
No, I'm done.
A third.
I think I'm just done with comedy and podcasting. You know, I always threaten to quit the podcast on the podcast, but now I'm saying
comedy too, huh?
Yeah, comedy, podcasting. Could you imagine if I just went in the woods and found joy? Dark. Yeah, if I just go dark, like Unabomber minus the bombs.
I don't think that a lot of people would notice.
That is not nice at all. They would. You know what? A couple years from now, somebody would be on Facebook and be like, "Whatever happened to that meth guy?
What is he doing these days?"
Yeah, remember that dude who had all those jokes about big women?
And then someone would be like, "He's living in the woods."
Your kid's trying to escape.
Go for it, kiddo.
Yeah, get out of here. I didn't mean to say it like that.
Be careful.
Okay.
And then someone would say, "He's living in the woods," and then they would be like, "Yeah, that checks out."
Yeah. It was like, it didn't look like he was having a good time there at the end.
It makes sense.
Yeah. You know, I think his main issue is bad management. I think that's probably the main issue.
I think his main issue is control.
Self-control.
Lack thereof.
Amen. January 18th, Homewood, Illinois. Can you please put your phone down? WLS CNN news source, WKRC. This incident occurred at the Learning Lab daycare.
Oh gosh, is this going to be some kids?
This is not the bad. It's not as bad as the kid who got the freaking toes cut off. That was a bad choice that day. Where Justin Barnes and Monarch Forte said they have been sending their children for nearly 2 years.
Okay.
According to the family, after their 4-year child refused to take a nap, a daycare worker pulled them across the room and placed them into a trash can.
Yikes. As like a makeshift bed?
With the entire ordeal being caught on the classroom security cameras.
This is why we don't have cameras at our school.
Yeah. You guys be throwing kids in trash cans all the time. Yeah. Barnes and Fortis said they are happy with the incident itself, but are also frustrated that despite there being multiple other employees in the room, they were not told what happened until their child got home and explained the situation. Could you imagine explaining that to your parents, like as a 4-year-old?
No.
So how was daycare today? I was in a trash can.
And they'd be like, "For what?"
I wasn't sweepy, and I told him I wasn't sweepy, and then the guy was like, "Okay, you're trash."
What was the what? Okay, is that it?
No, there's more.
Okay.
It was just way worse than I can imagine, said Justin Barnes.
Yeah.
I can't just imagine what was going through his head. I know what was going through his head.
Not shit.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm tired of this kid. He won't shut up.
Me.
I'm gonna put him in a trash can." I put my kids in trash cans before, just as a joke.
But you don't get paid money.
No. And I'll lift them up and have them stomp down the trash, and I'll hold their hands and they'll jump on the trash so we can get more trash in our trash cans. Yeah, they love that.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
That's not a punishment. This sounds like this little boy was being punished for not sleeping.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Or maybe he was waking up other kids. But either way,
still,
no
you send them
excuse.
you send them back to class. Yeah. You don't send them to the trash.
Don't put kids in trash cans. Kids are important. You know, if I was a kid and somebody tried to put me in the trash can, I'd be like, "I thought it was your future."
Is that your fucking phone?
No, dude. Will you
again?
Yeah, it was my mom. Okay.
Now we have to I can't say anything because something might be wrong.
Dude, I'm going to throw this across the freaking... Did
you put it on Do Not Disturb?
No, I'm putting it on so it doesn't even vibrate.
Disturb.
I didn't... Dude, it's hard because we usually I'm
so good at multitasking.
Usually I'm getting other...
Jesus! Oh my God, are you kidding me? What?
Okay. Regardless if she was joking or not, you do not put anybody's child in the garbage can.
No,
said
it's
Manica
not okay.
Forte. You work with kids. You should know how to de-escalate these certain situations.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah.
You put them in the recycling.
Yeah. Recycle, children.
Yeah. It's no child left behind.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. The 3 R's. Remember that? Yeah. The daycare allegedly told the 4-year-old's parents that the worker in question had been fired.
Well, I hope so.
I wonder if it was what's her name that used to work at your daycare.
Doris.
I wonder if it was Doris. But
Why are you acting so ignorant?
Yeah. But Forte and Barnes want the other witnesses to face some sort of repercussion as well. According to a statement from the daycare, a second employee was also fired in connection.
Yeah, because like anybody who just sat there and let that go on, like you have a duty to care.
Yeah.
And not let kids get thrown in the trash.
Yeah, kids you can't throw kids away.
You can't put them in the trash can. What was the point?
I bet it felt really good though.
I wonder, was there trash? Like what kind of trash?
I was actually thinking about this. So like I worked at that shelter, right? And I did a really good job, but there was like a couple times when I like snapped on participants, which happens. Like but not like kids. I never put them in a trash can. No, and they're like 19 or 20, but it was totally like unprofessional what happened. And so like during COVID, we opened up the back section as like a smoking area, right? Because we didn't want them roaming around the neighborhood and getting COVID and bringing it back into the shelter. So we actually had like a smoking patio, and it was a constant issue because it was like another area we had to supervise, and there was always messes and things and a couple fires and stuff, Right. And one day I'm trying to get these participants at the shelter. I'm like, all right, come on, guys, come with me. We're going to go clean up back there real quick, And there's like 5 or 6 folks like, all right, Sam, I had a lot of respect from the participants, and they're usually pretty cool. But there's this one gal who was always had issues with it. And we would be okay sometimes, but like if she was having a bad day, it was always bad. And then, man, she's just out there and she will not stop complaining about picking up cigarette butts, and they got like the little claws and stuff, like they're not bent down picking them up. And at one point she like, I should have done right then is asked another staff member to supervise this cleanup because like I was getting really upset, right? But I didn't. I was like, we're almost done. And then at one point she was like, Sam, why don't you have the people that threw the cigarette butts? I don't even smoke these kind of cigarettes. Why don't you have the people that threw these cigarettes down on the ground? Why don't you have them come pick them up? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And then I was just like, why don't you shut the fuck up?
And then did you throw her in the trash?
No, but I'll tell you what. I apologized to her, and I apologized to the other participants.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, after that, me and her relationship was a lot better after that.
I think that's apples and oranges.
What do you mean?
You don't have a better relationship with a 4-year-old because you threw them in the trash.
No.
Like that makes sense because you needed to.
I'm not comparing my situation directly to this story, but like I wouldn't ever do that. Yeah.
Like you can't like teach that same lesson to a child.
Yeah. Like, and I can count. There was only one other time where I snapped on somebody like that at the shelter. It happened 2 times in like 5 years.
Yeah.
And there's folks, I had staff members that snapped a lot more often than that, and I've been assaulted. I've had like drinks thrown on me and stuff like that. One time this lady tried, that was really sad. we had a participant and she was like manic and she was losing it. And it still like haunts me to this day because she was getting like paint pens and like putting them on like they were makeup and like her skin was coming off. And at one point, like I had to get her out of the sleeping area and she didn't want to do it. And she had a cup of coffee and she tried to throw it on me and I ducked and it went over me and hit Sean.
Aw, poor Sean.
Yeah, old Sean. Okay. Lake County, Florida. A Florida sheriff's deputy has resigned from his job after he crashed into a civilian's car.
Whoopsie.
It was January 9th, right? Yeah, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. There's more. Would you have been so mad?
No, it just...
Do you know where this is going?
No.
Okay, good. The Lake County Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs investigation found that former Deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before the crash happened.
Oh.
Yep.
He was looking at TikTok.
No, it's not. Oh, I see what you did. You were making a joke and that was funny.
Yeah.
The deputy crashed in early 2024 while driving south on County Road 435.
Because he was looking at boobies.
His body-worn camera captured the steering wheel airbag deploying after his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car. The video shows McComber tossing his cell phone onto the seat and then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver. Probably trying to close whatever tab was open. Mm-hmm. Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. He forgot to zip up his wiener.
God, the deputy said to the other driver, nothing kills a boner like a car crash.
Yeah.
Though. Like I've had boners in car crashes and it's safer though.
We saw that cop rear-end that one person one time. Not sexually, but
wait, what?
Remember that one car we saw like hit the back of the other car and then it was a cop.
When was that? I do remember that. We were going up over somewhere. The pass or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. According to the new internal affairs report, the deputy told a sergeant the brakes locked up before he rear-ended the other car that stopped for his school bus. If he would have hit this school bus. Oh. God, why did you take a slightly better story from us?
No, that would have been terrible.
Oh my God, he's watching porn and he hits a school bus.
Would he have to like register as a sex offender at that
point? I don't think so.
I feel like you should.
Actually, you know what? We can just say it. He hit a school bus.
Yeah, it was basically hit a school bus.
He hit a school bus.
I'm glad no one got hurt.
While watching porn?
Yeah, I'm glad no one got hurt.
I hope so too. I hope he paid to see that content too, and that the person who made the pornography was compensated fairly. According to the new internal affairs report, the investigation eventually found McComber wasn't truthful about what he was looking at on this phone right before impact. McComber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash. But the investigation found that he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job.
Something visual and inappropriate.
The report concluded that McComber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash. Deputies found he violated three sheriff's office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that was prohibited, and likely wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
What wasn't he wearing a seatbelt for?
Because it gets caught on his boner. Okay?
You'd think
you had to ask.
You would think put your seatbelt on.
Well, you know what's funny is the boner actually can protect you in a crash.
Keep you from flying into the seat.
Yeah, it's like a lock on a gate.
Oh.
Ew. What? Wait, listen.
Gross.
Yeah, it also helps you steer.
It didn't help him.
No. It doesn't help you with the brakes.
No.
It's hard to get it.
That'd be insane.
Oh, what a hog on that guy, huh? At the brakes with your Peter. Clip it. You get that one. Okay. Last one.
Okay.
I don't remember these either, which is fun too.
Of course.
I know they're good.
Yeah.
These are good ones, huh?
They're better.
Yeah. Just say they're good ones. Give me that.
Okay. All right. Okay. You hit me, Mike. I swear to God.
What are you going to do? Nothing? You don't never do shit. Don't give a fuck. Okay.
Not a thing. Not a goddamn thing.
I like this one. It's another spicy one.
Okay.
I don't know why I got so excited about this one, but
I don't like this one.
There's a paragraph.
I bet you it's about food.
Whoa. You think that's the only thing I can get that excited
about?
Okay. A man from Racine, Wisconsin was taken into custody this week after authorities say he was allegedly caught masturbating inside a grocery store in Kenosha County over the weekend. That's not the part that cracks me up. We'll get to it. 32-year-old Tyree Carter, a Racine, Wisconsin resident. Tyree was taken into custody on Monday, December 30, and charged with one misdemeanor count of lewd and lascivious behavior, Kenosha police announced Friday. Officers said the charge stems from an incident that allegedly unfolded inside a Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, no.
That's what got my attention. And that and the masturbating. In the 2800 block of 14th Place in Kenosha, just after 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. According to Kenosha police, officers were called to the scene following a report that a man had been inappropriately touching himself while inside the store. This is it.
Inside the pig. Like nothing gets me going like a Piggly Wiggly.
Officers said an employee of the store allegedly spotted Carter acting suspiciously and tried to determine if he was stealing something.
Right.
However, upon further investigation, the employee realized that Carter had ejaculated.
Ejaculated? He ejaculated everywhere.
Okay, let me try again. The employee realized that Carter had ejaculated. God damn it. Come on, Sam. Why can't I say it? Shut up. It's hard. Okay.
Oh my God.
I can't believe I did it twice. Okay.
Okay. You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it. You can do it.
Now I feel like I can't. I don't know. The employee realized that Carter had ejaculated on the floor and left the store.
Oh, gross. Oh, that's so disgusting.
I don't know.
Poor
It's like
employee. They don't get paid enough for that. Are you kidding?
There's jerking off in a store, and then there's finishing in the store.
Yeah.
Like,
There's jerking off in a store, and then there's jerking off in a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, and finishing.
To completion.
Do you see why I love this story, though?
I mean, because you're a pervert.
No.
Because you would jerk off at a Piggly Wiggly.
I would not jerk off at a Piggly Wiggly. Thank you very much.
I would finish.
I can count on one hand how many times I've jerked off in grocery stores. I can count on one palm. No, I'm just kidding.
Is it Piggly Wiggly? Oh, it is a grocery store.
Yeah. It's like a smaller grocery store. I remember I called you from a Piggly Wiggly because I was in West Virginia and I went to a Piggly Wiggly. And I was like,
remember, I called you. You've called me from a lot of places.
Yeah, I was like, this is where I just got married.
I got married at the courthouse.
Okay, sorry. Across the street from the Piggly Wiggly. Authorities later identified Carter as a suspect and said he was taken into custody by Racine police on Monday. authorities did not provide a booking photo for Carter. That's the news.
Wow.
Hope everybody learned a lot.
I did.
Yeah.
That was great. Good job.
Thank you. I did good. Those are good stories.
Those are much better than you had been doing.
Thank you.
See what happens when you pay attention a little bit?
Well,
for fuck's sake.
I've been busy. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Just got back from Texas. So
welcome back.
It was a
you and B White.
Yeah, me and Brandon White, who was under the impression that I met Tom Segura. And what's funny is when you told me that, you're like, Brandon White said that you were hanging out with Tom Segura. And I was like, was I hanging out with Tom Segura? Because I don't know people's faces or whatever, you know? So,
no, you weren't. I was just on mushrooms.
Yeah. Brandon White did not know what was going on. So, yeah, it was cool. Austin's Austin. It was pretty much what I thought it would be. I got to see comedians that were really good. I got to hang out with Heath Cordes and Ari Mahdi, which was neat. And I knew Ari, but I know Heath from online. I like his stuff, and he's a Kill Tony guy. And then
you love those guys.
Yeah. And then what's awesome is I didn't see it's cool when you see some people from Kill Tony, and it's also cool when you don't see some of the other people from Kill Tony. So. I was worried about running into people that I have beef with or whatever, but they were nowhere to be seen.
Like who?
I'm not talking about that. But yeah, Thursday night at the Vulcan Comedy Club, I think we had 60 or 70 people.
Hell yeah.
Which is fine. You know, I was hoping for a little bit more, but also that's okay. And got to work it with Jerry Wayne Longmire, and we had a blast. Yeah. And hanging out with Jerry was amazing. I got to go up at the Sunset Strip Club and Creek in the Cave. Could have gone up at a couple more places, but I was like, socially just like overwhelmed after a while. Cause when I say like comedians, oh my God.
Just for days.
Oh man. And the next day too, I went to an open mic at the Sunset Strip, and it was just comics. And it was like, there's like a depressing mic, you know, like that happens. But to see one at a depressing mic filled with comics that moved somewhere because they thought they were going to make it.
Yeah.
And I did hear like half the folks, it's like, oh, that's just like stand up that I would hear anywhere. And then there's like this other half. And I'm like, oh, like you moved from a scene because somebody said that you were like too much. And then you started watching, you're a Kill Tony fan. You're like, oh, I could say this on Kill Tony, and I can go to Austin and get on Kill Tony. And like, so you do have like this like edgelord factor that it's so wild watching it at a mic and watching it get no reactions from these comics because they're so used to it.
Macy Yo got on Kill Tony.
Who's that?
He's a Tacoma guy.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well.
It didn't go well. Yeah. Well, yeah. Did he do like some really edgy stuff?
It was, I think it was like a newer joke. I actually, that Macy does. And it was just too long for the minute, and so it just didn't land. And then like Tony just tore him a new asshole. He was just like, he's like, this is the biggest platform that you'll probably ever be on, and that's the minute that you brought. And it was just, it was rough.
Damn.
So then he let him do another minute, and it went equally as bad. It was like, oh God.
Okay. I know there's comics that listen to this podcast, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that I understand like how hard comedy is, and I understand how hard it is to advance in comedy. But I mean this when I say this. There are not shortcuts. There are opportunities, but there are not shortcuts. And if you think you're going to go on Kill Tony and do your minute, and it's going to put you over the edge, because even, here's the thing, man. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, I was on Kill Tony. And it's like, yeah, dude, like it's an open mic, it's hard to get on because so many people sign up for it. But like, yeah, dude, that's not a credit.
There was a Juan Denmark.
Yeah.
Was on also. He's a Portland guy.
Yeah.
And did well.
He did well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I think I've worked with Juan before.
Yeah.
So that's good.
There was also there was a Portland girl, but I can't remember her name.
But even that, like, you think how many Kill Tonys, there's been like over 700 or something? I think around like 750 or something. And they have
but unless you're a regular, like then it doesn't really, it doesn't mean.
Yeah, it doesn't equate to
mean a lot.
It sucks that there's that, and then there's also like you could also work really hard at social media, which also sucks.
Yeah,
like there really isn't a great path forward for newer comedians outside of just like holding on, working hard, like trying to grab those opportunities. Maybe wait till you're like 5 years in or 6 years in before you get on Kill Tony.
Yeah, Macy's only been doing it for like 3 years also.
Yeah. So maybe even longer. Maybe
longer than 5.
Yeah. Because I'm 10 years in, but I came into comedy with already, because of the recovery stuff, like I already had like some public speaking experience when I started comedy. And like I kind of had a voice like right out the gate. And also I started doing comedy when I was 32. Right. I had seen some life. Yeah. And then it's hard.
Macy's like 40 something.
Oh, okay, whatever. I don't know these folks. I left Austin. Me and I thought about doing some stuff after my show on Thursday, but I was ready to go. Me and Jerry Wayne Longmire, great guy, great conversations.
Do you have to first, middle, and last name him?
That's what he does. Me and Jerry Wayne Longmire. And he is a real Texan, man. He's got crazy.
You can tell by his first, middle, and last.
Yeah, so he came up at the Houston Laugh Stop, worked clubs all over, does a lot of stuff overseas for the troops. Very popular comedian, very funny comedian. We drive to Walnut Springs, Texas, right? The home of John Clay Wolfe, who has a big radio show. Mm-hmm. And I knew he was like fairly well off, like he's a wealthy person. We're staying at a saloon above this garage, and there's rooms at the saloon, right? And we get there, and right there, as we pull in, is a Lamborghini.
Ooh.
Old Corvettes, which I found out is the 5th Corvette ever made, that was owned by Clint Eastwood and driven by Paul Newman.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The 5th Corvette ever made.
Old things.
Yeah. Very valuable things, especially for car guys. Like, it was really cool. So, and the digs were amazing. We spent the night, and in the morning we got some work done, and then the show was at Rattlesnake Roadhouse, a really fun small town show. We did really well. And I actually featured for Jerry Wayne Longmire, and he can go after me. Like, he's a good comic. Like, he had no issue following me. It was great.
Right.
Anyway, I talked, John Clay Wolfe is at the show, this radio guy. And he is a founder of this company called Find My Vin, and he buys and sells cars on his radio show, and buys and sells cars for a living, and has done very well for himself buying and selling cars online.
Okay.
And at the show, he's like, hey, do you want to come do radio the next day? Mm. And I was like, oh, sure. Also, I didn't even tell you this part. I'm there at Jerry's taking a nap. I didn't say his first and last name that time. His middle name and his last name. I'm there. This guy walks in, this good dude, Scott, and I'm talking to him, right? And I'm realizing, so this dude, Scott, that I met, he's like a professional helicopter pilot, also had a motorcycle dealership, also has one of these zoos, okay?
Ooh.
Owns a zoo, a private zoo in
Dallas.
Also
has one of these zoos.
Yeah, these private zoos, much like Joe Exotic.
Right,
zoo.
like you mean the illegal
And Joe
one.
Exotic's name comes up. It's not illegal in Texas. Joe Exotic's name comes up, right? And he tells me, he goes, Joe got a bad rap. I know Joe. It was real bombastic. He was really turning it on for the cameras, He even asked if I wanted to be on this show, and I turned him down. Anyway, I was talking to this guy. He's a fascinating dude, right? This guy, Scott. We're talking a lot because I know a lot about helicopters because I used to work with helicopters in the Forest Service. Anyway, I do the show, talking to John Clay Wolfe. He's like, hey, come in and do radio, right? And I'm in there doing the radio, and he's like, hey, you talk to my buddy Scott, he knows it. And we were talking, and I'm just doing radio stuff. And it's like a really edgy show. Not really my style, but also not like terrible. It's just like Howard Stern, like just some jokes that I wouldn't make, but I didn't participate. I was there, Anyway, at a certain point, there's a break, and he goes, "Hey," do you want to talk to Joe Exotic? Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What?" He goes, "No, Joe Exotic from Tiger King calls into the show from prison. He's been doing it every week."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Do you want to talk to him?" And I said, I was like, "I guess." And he goes, "You should ask him about meth stuff," because he's like, I heard your set last night, and I know you, and like, because some people said Joe Exotic was on meth, some people say he wasn't.
Right.
And basically I talked.
He was definitely on meth.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And he was, and that's what he said. He said he was doing it, but he wasn't doing it as much as the other people. Like he would like party, But yeah, I talked to Joe Exotic from Tiger King about
God, that was a long fucking way to get to that. Jesus Christ. What did you guys talk about?
Meth.
What else? I mean, what?
I didn't know what else to talk to him.
You just said so much to say that you talked on the phone. What did you guys talk about? Like, what did you?
There wasn't that much to talk about. I didn't know what to, because I didn't want. I think they kind of wanted me to like poke fun at him while I was talking to him.
Can you find the Zach? Can you find the radio?
You probably can.
From the Wolf Radio Studios, it's time for the John Clay Wolf Show. Presented by GimmeTheVin.com. From coast to coast, the #1 weekend morning show in America.
I was talking to Sam and told him that you were calling in, and he had questions about you and said he's on the fence about the meth thing. We were talking about the whole Tiger King deal looked like an old Oklahoma meth story. And he said he's on the fence. Do you mind talking to him?
No. Yeah,
hey,
go ahead.
Joe Exotic, this is Sam Miller. First off, big fan. Love the show. I've been sober 16 years, and I got in a lot of trouble. I always tell folks, one time I got so drunk, I did meth for 8 years, And I'm curious, like some people tell me that you're on it. Some people say that you weren't. And I don't judge either way. And, we all have our own past. And I'm curious, like, have you used meth? Were you using meth? And, like, you want to answer that at all?
You know what? I have never been ashamed to say that. Did I party once in a while? Absolutely. I took care of my elderly parents. I ran a zoo all day long. I had a pizza restaurant. I had a bar and a burger restaurant, and I worked my ass off. And was I a meth head? Man, I finally saw the show for the first time a couple of months ago, and I was like, damn, man, they made me out to be this big drug head, and I'm the only one on the movie with teeth. And what did meth do to me? I couldn't keep my clothes on. There's no way I could run that zoo and 3 restaurants and take care of my parents on meth.
Yeah, I get it. Because sometimes I get keyed up and people think I'm still on it, and it's very frustrating. I'm like, no, I'm sober. I'm just excited about life. Do you think you're like high on life? Is that what's going on?
Well, my goal was I had to be somebody, and I had to work and always had to have the biggest and the best, and that was my drug, was being addicted to being the biggest and the best.
Well,
answers the question.
Yeah, you answered my question, man. I like I said, man, I'm a big fan. I'm from Washington State, and I've been to some weird zoos, but never one like yours. I'd really like to come check it out sometime if it still exists.
It's a ghost town. No, their whole idea was to put me in prison and destroy my life, and it wasn't about wanting to keep my zoo open or the tigers. They just completely destroyed they took the doors off my house and let horses live in my house. That's how bad they hated me.
Oh man. I think they kind of wanted me to poke fun at him or something, but I was like, I couldn't do that because, like, I don't know the guy, I felt weird about it. Anyway.
Oh my God, he would have loved that.
I don't know. It was weird.
He's an egomaniac.
It was weird. Anyway, I went to Dallas the next day. My My friend Anthony Ramos got me the nicest hotel room. I stayed at a suite at the Westin. He did this last time too because he knows people that works there. And the show was really fun and blah, blah, blah.
And blah, blah, blah.
Then I came home.
Okay.
I thought that was fine story.
It was just a long story to get to the fucking exciting part, which was that you talked to Joe Exotic, and then you didn't say anything about talking to Joe. I don't even
all the way remember.
Exotic.
I don't even all the way remember what I talked to him about. It'll be interesting. He'll find the video. I'm sure he will.
Is he almost out? Like, what's his?
They think that's the other thing too. We were talking about that. They want to throw a big party for him in Walnut Springs, Texas, when he gets out. Because
they're gonna have you.
No, I think I'm out of the picture. I think
Bummer.
me and Joe Exotic are streams that came together and then diverged. Because honestly, like that stuff, like man, those animals and stuff, man, don't.
Not even just the animals, the people. Too.
Yeah,
the people. There are a lot of.
It's just kind of.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of gross, but anyway.
You never recover. Never financially or emotionally.
Yeah. But that's it. That was Texas. The best flight back. I had exit row with a seat next to me.
Nice.
Oh my God. It was so nice. I loved it. So yeah, that's Texas. So
sweet. I just did last night. We did Make Me Famous at Tacoma Comedy Club, which was really fun.
Good crowd.
Yeah. It was fun. 6 Ave always has like, I think the way that room is set up, like regardless.
Yeah.
But it was a good room. And it was really fun, and everybody got to, we got to pretend like we were somebody.
Yeah.
Like getting our videos.
You have a good set. Do you feel good about it?
Yeah, it was good.
Gets nervous filming and stuff like that.
Right. I was definitely really anxious, and I sweat through my first shirt, so I had to change. But it was really fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was me and
awesome.
Brandon and Lisa Remmert.
Oh, nice. I love Lisa. She's doing good.
I do too.
Right on.
I
Yeah.
really like her.
I'm working on album recording stuff, trying to get blocks of hotels reserved.
Sweet.
Yeah. And it's frustrating, and it's coming
Blocks
up quick.
Of hotels reserved.
Yeah, hotel rooms. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just hotel rooms, like a block of rooms at a hotel. So I'm like getting some quotes, and then the label buys that, and then I got to figure out where me, Lynette, and the family are staying. I think we might get an Airbnb and share it with Lynette and my family and whoever Lynette wants to bring or something.
Yeah.
Like, see if we can get a big one. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, hold on.
Oh, it's happening, isn't it? Oh my God. Okay. Should we do jokes first?
No, this episode we will do jokes while we celebrate.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna sit here. We're probably gonna cut this part out, right? Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Close your eyes.
Close my eyes. Okay. Oh God, I'm scared. All right, episode 102 or 3.
103.
Not 100. Okay. I'm scared that you're going to burn me.
I'm not even lighting on you.
Okay. Do you want me to sing?
Happy
Birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Happy birthday to us. I hate having my eyes closed.
Oh, sorry. You can open them.
Oh my God. Oh my God! Look at it! I love it! It's a picture cake!
Isn't that wonderful?
Wow! I'm taking a picture of it. Ba-doo!
Taking a picture of the picture.
Taking a picture of a picture of a cake. I'm taking a picture of a picture of a picture cake.
Isn't that awesome? Hold on, let me get a picture of the picture.
I'm scared to light these inside.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know if we should light them inside.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Maybe we should light them after.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look,
because those are going to burn. Like those are sparklers.
okay. Well, they're candle sparklers.
Yeah, but I don't think you want me to light those.
All right, I don't. Do you want a piece of cake?
Yeah,
okay.
I want a piece of cake. How about this? Actually, how about I cut it and you read the jokes while I cut? Man, everybody's blowing me. Oh, I'm sorry. I just picked up the phone and I hung up immediately on Dan. I feel bad. Jesus. Okay. Here. Jokes while Sam cuts the cake.
Jokes.
You can need a different theme song.
Because you said it's episode
103-ish. All right, here. I tried to write better jokes this time because it was, what do you call it? There you go. There's jokes.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Joke number 1. I don't know what kind. I think it's just vanilla.
Oh, look how like the picture makes it like it's kind of hard and weird.
Sometimes I can't tell.
It's almost like paper. Okay, sorry.
Sometimes I can't tell if I'm tired of being fat from being fat.
If I'm tired from being, I'm tired.
Sometimes
Read it again.
I
Do it
can't
right.
tell if I'm tired of being fat or from being fat.
No. Wait, did I fuck it up?
I don't know.
Sometimes I can't tell if I'm tired of being fat or from being fat.
Didn't I say that?
No, you said tired of being fat or tired. No, whatever. It's a good joke, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a good one. All right.
Joke number 2. Oh, you think stand-up comedy is hard? Try flying a helicopter on acid while eating spaghetti.
I had to do a spaghetti helicopter joke. It was bound to happen.
This episode is sponsored by Robbie.
Oh, thank you, Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie paid for this cake.
Oh, thank you, Robbie.
Yeah. He really hooked it up.
Thank you, Robbie.
And like insisted that we do it up.
Okay.
Okay. Joke number 3.
I'm going to try it.
I haven't shit my pants in a long time, but I do pee a little when I fart really hard. How's the cake?
That's good.
Good enough to make you shit your pants?
I don't shit my pants.
Joke number 4. I've never used 90% of the math I've learned in school, and the only time I've used the other 10 was when selling or purchasing drugs. So, thanks.
They weren't very good jokes. They were more like fun
They
facts.
weren't cake worthy.
They weren't
They
cake
weren't
worthy.
cake worthy.
Well, both me and Jess want to thank you for the support.
Yes.
We do like that people listen, and we're going to keep doing our best
Oh my
to
gosh.
improve to the next here. Let's cheers with our cake.
Cheers.
To the next 103 episodes.
Ish.
206. We'll have another celebration at 206. Anyway, that's it. We're going to eat cake. Bye.